Should I go pro? Creativerse is a free-to-play game, but it does have a payment option that gives you a few extra benefits and abilities that aren't available to the intro player. Is it worth it though? Let's have a look. Sailor Skies, you get a glider. The capacity to glide, which can help you when you're navigating your world, traveling big distances. It can speed things up a little. Certainly we don't have to go down valleys and up mountains. It can also save you from fall damage if you're quick enough to hit the right button. Carry more. Your backpack has more space. Instead of 40 spaces, you get 60 spaces. This is less helpful than it used to be. When Pro was first introduced, your backpack stack sizes, or any stack sizes of any item, were 99 was the maximum. It was very easy to fill up your backpack, especially if you're doing a little terraforming, taking out trees or flattening up an area for your builds. You'd fill up very quickly with the junk blocks. Maybe you think that could be useful for you later, so you didn't want to destroy them or drop them, so you'd have to run back and put it in the chest and then come back and continue your work. Now that stack sizes are up to 999, that's going to be less relevant, less important. But it will mean with a larger backpack you can explore for longer, get a more wider variety of blocks as you explore and investigate before you need to return and empty out your backpack. It can be helpful, but less relevant than it used to be. Get your flashlight. Obviously very handy when you're just jumping into a cave, getting some quick resources. You're not looking for a permanent mining operation or build in there, so you don't really want to put all your torches down just so you can see what you're doing. Flashlight lets you get in and get out quickly. If you over rely on it though, you can get yourself into danger, because when you are putting down torches to light your way, you're also making spawn proof areas. With the flashlight, as soon as you're gone, it's a spawnable area again, and so you can have mobs spawning behind you as you go, and it leaves you open to ambush. But it is useful, once again, for those momentary trips or when you're far from home and you're not likely to be in that cave ever again, and you don't need to leave your torches behind you. Claiming land. If you're a person that likes to go on servers, other people's worlds, and join in that community, this is very helpful. When you first start in the world, obviously it's going to take you a little while to get your coal so that you can claim your land. They've recently brought down the requirements on how much it costs for your claims, but still you can be vulnerable. Anything you put down can be vulnerable until you get to that minimum standard of items. Having Pro means that as soon as you've found your location that you can claim, you get 2 free claims. You can choose it straight away. You don't need to collect anything. You can do it the moment you enter the game, basically, and you can choose 2 parcels before you have to start getting your resources to pay for more. So of most benefit if you're a multiplayer or you like to dabble in the multiplayer. Single play, if it's just your world, you're in control of who's there. The need to claim is obviously going to be less relevant. Sprint longer, double stamina. Seems pretty obvious what that is. You can run longer. Also means you can fly longer, because the glider, if you can accelerate with it, but it consumes stamina to accelerate, and so you can glide longer and run longer. Good for explorers, or if you like to run from your mobs rather than tackle them. This is probably the biggest advantage of going pro, and that's your capacity to create multiple worlds. When you begin as a free-to-play player, you're going to have one world. I've got 2 here, just I think because of the crossover. But if you want a fresh start, then you have to wipe what you've done. You've got no history there. Or if you want multiple builds in one singular world, you're going to have teleporters and create it in different biomes in different sections on your map. And that's fine and certainly workable. It all depends on what you're looking for in your creations. The capacity to create multiple worlds just gives you a quicker, easier reference to your different kinds of builds. You can create a whole different atmosphere in one. It can be sci-fi here, it can be medieval there. You can also have one that's your adventure world that you create, one that's your multiplayer world, and one that's just your single player experimental. You get more options, basically. Your screen can get a little crowded with all your different builds, and you can forget what you're doing here or there, but it gives you more of those options. If you are a creative person and really like the variety of possibilities, this is your biggest benefit to going pro. But if you're happy to join other people's servers and go with what they want, then you've got that option too. You can just have your singular world for what you want privately to do, and then you use the multiplayer worlds to express your creative side. You've got that option. So should you go pro, the only other reason is really to support the developers. They are continuing to develop the game past release. They're looking for feedback. They're trying to act upon that feedback. They've got a roadmap for change, and all of that costs money, staffing, and all of those sort of issues. Some of this money is just not that easy to come by. It's certainly not priced as a AAA game, but if you look at all the other options, when you've got block sets and costumes and other, the money can add up here. So you might want to prefer, rather than going pro, if you can handle not having those extra benefits, you might want to get your special block set, especially if it's something that a style that you really enjoy and you really want to play around with. So you can support them financially through the store, not necessarily just in the pro. If you just can't afford any money, you still want to support, there are other ways to do it. Follow them on social media, watch their live streams, promote them when you can, do your own YouTube videos. Also, they do give the opportunity to get special codes for pro and other things in their live streams, little competitions. So if you're watching it live, you can just type in a code when they tell you, and they get selected randomly. You never know, you might get your own code and not have to pay and get to enjoy these benefits for a game that you enjoy. Hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions about this or other matters, just put them in the comments, and I may even do another video if that's going to be helpful to a lot of people. Thanks for watching.